Greece is one of the most ancient wine-producing countries. 2,500 years before the Common Era, inhabitants of Crete likely learned to make wine from the nearby Egyptians. As the Greeks were a seafaring people, they later helped spread the cultivated wine to other parts of Europe.
Το κρασί για την Ελλάδα είναι ένα πολιτιστικό αγαθό που ξεκινάει σχεδόν από την ύπαρξη της ελληνικής φυλής σε αυτόν τον τόπο, περίπου από το 4.500 χρόνια π.Χ.
Wine played a central role in early Greek culture, evidenced by Dionysus, god of wine and fertility, whose worship inspired wine-fueled symposiums and led to the development of Western theater and philosophical tradition.
Homer describes wine and wine drinking mainly as a double-faced product, because if you drink moderately, it brings joy and pleasure. If you overdo it, then it's a curse.
Greeks were not the first to produce wine. There are other people that have been doing that for millennia. We don't know how far we go, but what we know is that we were the first to develop a culture about wine. The first sommeliers in the world were in ancient Greece. The first wine writers were in ancient Greece.
After its ancient success, the development of Greek wine struggled from the Ottoman period until the modern era. But after Greece joined the EU in 1981, quality began to rise appreciably.
In the last, let's say, 20, 30 years, Greece has discovered the winemakers. That means we have many new students that studied abroad. They came back, they gave a new birth to winemaking for Greece.
Little winemakers, little wineries were flourishing, and now we have a number of wineries and winemakers who are putting their creativity in the development of the Greek wine, exploring the Greek varietals, also the Greek terroirs, the different places.
The variety is Malagousia.
Αγιοργίτικο,
Ραδιανό,
Προδίτης, Μούχταρο,
Ξινόμαυρο, Ρεφόσκο and Αλιάνικο.
We have a lot of varieties in Greece. We cultivate around 100 varieties for commercial wines, but there are also around 300 varieties cultivated in Greece. The characteristic is that they are very well adapted, productive and vigor varieties. You have to control them in order to produce high-quality wines.
While many Greek varieties sound exotic, some, such as Assyrtiko, Moscofilero, and Assyrtiko, are gaining recognition.
The PDO and the PGI system in Greece is completely in line with the large European directives. However, Greece is a completely different situation. The PDOs were established according to the traditional large wine-making regions, not the most quality-oriented. So in some cases, quality and PDO goes hand in hand. In other cases, we have fantastic producers producing amazing wines, and they're just PGI wines.
The PGI category also includes two traditional wines, Verdea and Retsina. Retsina, which is flavored with pine resin, represents about 7% of Greek wine production. Makedonia lies in the northeast of the country. Its three premier wine regions are Amindio, Naousa, and Houmenissa.
This is our dominant appellation in Macedonia, where the high-quality wines have been produced from 1,000 years ago. The most important grape is Xinomavro. Xinomavro meaning sour black, very old varietal, coming from Alexander the Great times. Stylistically, Xinomavro is between Nebbiolo and Pinot Noir.
If it is properly vinified, that it is if production in the vineyard is low, then we can have very concentrated wines with a very good acidity, a very good tannins. For this reason, the wines of Xinomavro can age for more than 20 years.
Naousa is another appellation, not so big in quantities, but racy wines, very strong in character. Here we have seen the aging potential of that grape.
Naousa wines have a better structure compared to the other regions because of the soils, calcareous clay soils mainly, and the climate which helps Xinomavro to mature well. So we have strong tannins, we have a very good acidity. So the result is a wine which has very good structure in the mouth, and the aromas of strawberry, cherry, together with some notes of smoke and chocolates and mushrooms. It's a combination of all these.
West of Naousa, Amindio offers dry and off-dry reds and rosé bottlings of Xinomavro.
We are located in a high altitude. We have a sandy soil, with the top soil of the vineyard, and a limestone underneath. One of the major characteristics is the acidity. In the sandy soil, we have a slight deficit of water for the vines, so we have a nice stress condition that helps rich aromatic character and very well-ripening phenolics.
Oumenissa is the warmest of the three Xinomavro-dominant PDOs, leading to a more generous style, compounded by the fact that Xinomavro must be co-fermented with at least 20% of the more fruit-forward Negoska. Southeast of Thessaloniki, on the slopes of Mount Melaton, domain Porto Chorus was one of the Greek wine industry's early leaders. Launched in 1970 with famed Bordeaux enologist Émile Peynaud, its red wines blended the Greek grape Limnio with Cabernet Sauvignon and Franc.
Το λιμνιό είναι η πιο παλιά ποικιλία, όπως είπαμε. Είναι αρκετά ανθεκτική στην ξηρασία της Ελλάδος. Δίνει υψηλόβαθμα κρασιά και γι' αυτό οι αρχαίοι Έλληνες, κατά τη διάρκεια του συμποσίου, προσθέτανε πάντοτε νερό, γιατί το κρασί ήταν πάρα πολύ αλκοολικό.
While working as the enologist at Porto Chorus, Evangelos Gerovassiliou began recultivating the near-extinct white grape Malagousia in his family's vineyards in Eponomi.
Η Μαλαγουζιά είναι μια ποικιλία που αυτή τη στιγμή είναι πάρα πολύ αγαπητή στην Ελλάδα και κάνουν πάρα πολλές εξαγωγές. Είναι μια ποικιλία η οποία έχει πολύ φρούτο, κυρίως φρούτα με βάση τα εσπιροειδη και το γιασεμί.
South of Makedonia is the region of Thessalia, home to Mount Olympus and the PDO of Rapsani. As in Makedonia, the focus is on Xinomavro, but here it's co-fermented with Stavroto and Chrysato.
In Rapsani, for instance, the soils are rather heavy, from acidic to alkaline soils.
Peloponnesa is considered by many to be the heartland of Greek viticulture. The peninsula is home to a range of PDOs and PGIs that produce a broad selection of wines.
The appellation of Nemea, it is the largest appellation in the country. It starts at 200 meters of elevation and it rises up to 1,000 meters of elevation. So as you can imagine, these 800 meters of difference in altitude, we cannot possibly have one style.
Assyrtiko is a very smooth in the beginning, a very distinctive aroma. If we make extensive extraction, skin contact, these wines can age very well for more than 20 years. Mantinea is one of the best and most famous appellation of white wines in Greece. We have a very high plateau of 650 meters of altitude, so it's a cool climate. We have a very late harvest.
A versatile variety, Moscofilero can be used to make a wide range of styles, from dry to sweet, white, rosé, and sparkling.
Moscofilero, it is a pink, a gray variety. It grows at the plateau of Mantinea, roughly 700 meters of altitude. And we have various clones of Moscofilero, which represents 70% of the appellation. Aromatically, I would compare it to Gewürztraminer. It has this intense floral character, petal roses mainly. There's a difference from Gewürztraminer. Moscofilero is less spicy.
We have very good acidities in that altitude, very high aromatic potential with a muscat part. That's why we call it Moscofilero.
Rhoditis is Greece's second most planted variety after Savitiano. Together, they are the main ingredients of Retsina.
Rhoditis is a pink skin variety, or should I say group, family of varieties. There are sub-clones, some are great, some are not. Peloponnese is the main place we find Rhoditis, and Patras is the PDO dedicated to dry white wine made from Rhoditis. If you select the proper Rhoditis sub-varieties and also plant it in the greatest terroirs, you can have some amazing wines.
Situated in the western coastal region of Greece, where the climate is mild and rainfall is more common, the Ionian Islands contain a number of PDO and PGI regions. But the most important island in terms of both quality and quantity is Kefalonia.
Κεφαλονιά είναι ένα μοναδικό νησί που κατορθώνει να δώσει ποιοτικά κρασιά από τις τοπικές ποικιλίες με προεξάρχουσες τις τρεις ονομασίες προέλευσης, την ρομπόλα, τη μαυροδάφνη και το μοσχάτο κεφαλονιάς. Η μαυροδάφνη είναι μια από τις βασικές ποικιλίες της περιοχής μας. Δίνει ένα κρασί με βαθύ κόκκινο, Η ρομπόλα είναι η κορονίδα, ας πούμε, των ποικιλιών της κεφαλονιάς. Καλλιεργείται στην ζώνη της ρομπόλας, στην περιοχή των Ομαλών και δίνει ένα κρασί που είναι ίσως το πιο ευγενές κεφαλονίδικο λευκό κρασί.
Closer to North Africa than mainland Greece, Crete is unique among Greece's islands, evident in everything from dialect to diet to the island's unique grape varieties.
Η Κρήτη είναι το μεγαλύτερο νησί της Ελλάδος, στο νοτιότερο τμήμα της Ελλάδος. Στο βόρειο τμήμα του νησιού, το χαρακτηριστικό της Κρήτης, στο τερουάρ, είναι ότι βλέπουμε στις Δαφνές και στην Κρήτη λόφους πολλούς, που βλέπουμε ένα παζλ με διάφορα κομμάτια ελιές, αμπέλια, μικρές ελιές, μεγάλα αμπέλια.
Crete is a long, thin island, and soils tend to be a combination of limestone and clay. Vines are mostly planted on the northern parts, where they're protected from the hot African winds. Popular varieties include the white grapes Vidiano, Vilana, and Thropsotheri, and the red grapes Costafali, Liatico, and Mandalaria. While the wines run the stylistic gamut, dry, crisp whites are often the best on the island. In the North Aegean, the island of Samos is just off the coast of Turkey. Famous for sweet wines, today Muscat accounts for more than 90% of plantings.
Samos is very well known from the antiquities, a sweet wine from the classic Muscat grape.
West of Samos and north of Crete are a circular chain of islands known as the Cyclades. Santorini, a well-known tourist destination, is home to the grape Assyrtiko. Blended with Athiri and Idani, Assyrtiko produces both powerful dry white wines and the historic dessert wine Vin Santo, which predates the Italian wine of the same name.
Στη Σαντορίνη ειδικότερα μπορούμε να πούμε ότι η ιστορία του κρασιού υπάρχει ακόμη και πριν από την ηφαιστειακή έκρηξη που ήταν γύρω στο 1620 π.Χ. Ο αμπελώνας της Σαντορίνης βέβαια, αυτός που υπάρχει σήμερα, και το σημαντικότερο σε αυτόν τον αμπελώνα είναι ότι καλλιεργείται από τότε μέχρι σήμερα χωρίς καμία διακοπή. Και γι' αυτό εφευρέθηκε σιγά σιγά με το χρόνο ένας τρόπος κλαδέματος που να ανταποκρίνεται σε αυτές τις ιδιαίτερες συνθήκες του νησιού.
Santorini soils are volcanic, sandy, and low in fertility. Because phylloxera cannot thrive here, the root systems of the ancient vines can be several hundred years old. Above ground, they are trained in low baskets called colura, which protect the fruit from the harsh winds.
Το καταβολάδι λοιπόν είναι, παίρνουμε ένα μεγάλο κλαδί από την διπλανή αμπελιά, το βάζουμε κάτω στη γη, το χειμώνα γίνεται αυτό, κάπου 40 πόντους, μπαίνει μέσα στη γη, κάπου 40 πόντους και βγαίνει ένα κλαδάκι με 2 μάτια και πλέον την άνοιξη ανοίγει, τρέφεται αυτό το νέο κλαδάκι που θα γίνει η νέα αμπελιά, τρέφεται από τη μαμά και ταυτόχρονα δημιουργεί ριζικό σύστημα.
As anyone who's visited the country can attest, the Greeks love to eat and are proud of their warm hospitality.
We don't do the French mode like an appetizer and a wine, a first course and a wine, etc. We have everything on the table in the middle. It's all about refreshing the palate. It's about moving from one dish to the other. It's all about making it family style because this is what wine means for all Greeks.
For a country with such a long history of wine, the Greeks are not afraid to innovate. Today, they are increasingly eager to share their wealth of exciting indigenous varieties.
Greek wine has multiple character to show to the world.
We have a lot of potential, and working together abroad to promote our wines, I think we will have a great future.
I see more and more producers getting confident about the local, undiscovered as we speak, grape varieties, people moving back into the vineyards and neglecting the commerciality as it was seen 20 years ago. I think we're going to have some amazing, truly artisan wines out of this.